Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review VHS Beyond, and this is the latest in this found footage anthology horror series, and this one is quite the interesting experience as a lot of it really focuses on aliens, and some of them don't, which, wild, but this is 6 tales all put together. And it's such an interesting mix of first person shooter zombie story and giant stork monsters and human dog hybrids and aliens. And this is such a wild experience. Each of these 6 stories offering something a little bit different, and I think the opening story where you have this whole entire experience with this first person kind of shooter element to it is intense, it's engaging, and it's such a dynamic experience. There's one in particular with a skydiving incident that gets interrupted by aliens, and that is a thrill ride from start to finish. It is freaky, it's terrifying. I'm afraid of heights. Will never skydive in my life, and that one really hit me. And you have some more deeply intellectual ones, this exploration, this stowaway story directed by Kate Siegel, written by Mike Flanagan, that adds some interesting layers of exploration. The one that really does not feel like it fits per se in this dynamic, but it's wild. It is really, really uncomfortably darkly funny, is Fur Babies, and this is written and directed by Justin Long, and it's grotesque. Think Dogs and Tusk thrown together, which Justin Long was in Tusk. Wonder where he got some of these ideas. It is grotesque, it is unnerving, it is wild. Each of these stories offers something that is deeply uncomfortable and freaky and unnerving. I do feel like this one is pretty consistent in terms of quality across the way. Maybe not delivering some of the best that VHS has had to offer, but each of them are such good quality and are able to accomplish what they're seeking out to do, that there's plenty of horror, there's plenty of thrills, and there's fun, interesting framing devices in between with these guys talking about aliens and stuff like that and weird occurrences, this strange documentary. I do feel like a lot of these stories, end with the very tropey, oh look, it's just a shocking stinger at the end instead of, are we really closing the loop on an interesting story? But most of these stories are set up in a way where it's hey, that's the shock. That's something needs to end here. And each of these stories finds some really shocking, uncomfortable ways to put those little buttons on at the end of each of them. And it is grotesque, it is bloody, it is violent. There's so many different creative ways that these entities in each of these different stories, dispatch people in very brutal and bloody ways. And this is a wild ride, and a very interesting collage of filmmakers from Jay Cheel, Jordan Downey, Christian Long, Justin Martinez, Virat Pal, and Kate Siegel. And throwing in a Mike Flanagan writing credit there too. I really enjoyed this series. I didn't get in on the ground floor. It's been since all these prequels, the 80s one and the 90s one, and those have been coming out. But each one that I've seen, there's been such a great, playground for filmmakers to try out interesting new things. And yet again, this one goes beyond with it. Haha, see what I did there? But those are my thoughts on VHS Beyond. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.